It's like a final class in school, so I would expect that all of you listen to it very carefully. And you obviously can't listen to it very carefully in case you talk with each other. Just like the instructions I used to give in class when I used to teach history. So it might benefit you a little bit in case you listen to what I have to say. People with grey hair normally are not foolish. They may not be brilliant, but normally they are not foolish. So maybe you might be able to understand one or two things which are of great importance in life. First of all, I'd like to wish a very good afternoon to the principal, to the vice principals, to the headmistress, to the faculty members who are present here, to the other administrative officers, in case I can't see them, probably they're here, to everybody, and last but not the least, to the students who are seated here. It's an important event, and let's not get away from the fact. It's important because for the 12th class, this is the final day. After this, your association with the school will continue, but then this is very much like what you would be officially calling it the final day in school. You'll come back to it for extra practice or whatever it is, or you might come back on your own, but officially the school will say thank you very much, you've done a great job in school, so this is our last call, and this is the day when we expect that we liberate you because you're no longer in uniforms, as you can see, the 12th class kids. Just before I proceed any further, I would like to congratulate them for the way they are looking. I see some of them, I think so all of them look great, and I'm quite sure all of you feel the same way. Well, let me start with a small little, filmy kind of a thing, which is from a Hindi film, and it's a song. It says, "Thodi si meethi hai." I'm sure you must have heard this. "Thodi si meethi hai, zara si mirchi hai, 100 gram zindagi ye, संभाल के खर्ची है, असली है, झूठी है, असली है, झूठी है, फर्जी है, 100 ग्राम जिंदगी ये, 100 ग्राम जिंदगी ये, देवता को मारी है। Let me carry on a little further. I have a poem in the end in Hindi as well. You'll have to give me more than 10 minutes, and because I have to do a little bit of serious talk, because it's the last time I'm going to talk to you officially. देवता को बाली है, कप पे डाली है, कड़वी है नसीब सी, ये कॉफी गाड़ी गाड़ी है, दो, इतनी सी मर्जी है, 100 ग्राम जिंदगी ये, खारी है, खोटी है, रोने को छोटी है, धागे से खुशियों को सिलती है, दर्जी है, 100 ग्राम जिंदगी। This is life. And the quicker you get used to it, it is bitter, it is threads of happiness in it, it is very small. And the quicker you get used to it, the wiser you are. I'm going to start with the quotation of Chetan Bhagat. Not a guy I'm in love with, but certainly I'm fond of. Some of his writings I like. Some of the writings, I think I write better than him. In no way am I going to say better than me. He is not. But some of his writings are very good. So I found an extract of his, which I would like to share with the 12th class kids. And maybe, as a snowball effect, the 11th class would also get it. Here's what Chetan writes. And this is on a farewell function at the Pune University's Symbiosis College. He says, listen to it very carefully because because each word is loaded. Not very. Don't just have a career of academic goals. Set goals to give you a balanced, successful life. I use the word balanced before successful. Balance means ensuring your health, relationships, mental peace, and in that order. There is no point on getting a promotion on the day of your marriage breakup. There is no fun in driving a car if your back hurts. Shopping is not enjoyable if your mind is full of tensions. Life is one of those races in a nursery school. All of you must have been in nursery, and I'm sure in this school as well. In nursery you have the spoon race. But anyway, listen to what he says. Life is one of those races in nursery school where you have to run with a marble in a spoon kept in your mouth. If the marble falls, there is no point coming first. Same is with life, where health and relationships are marbles. Your striving is only worth it if there is harmony in your life. Else, you may come first or achieve success. But this spark, this feeling of being excited and alive to win a race with the marbles in it is what makes it meaningful. If we are lucky, we will last another 50 years. And 50 years is just 2,500 weekends. Do we really need to get so worked up? It's okay. Bunk a few classes. Chetan Bhagat saying it. It's okay. Bunk a few classes. Scoring low grades in a couple of papers. Goof up a few interviews. Take leave from work. Fall in love. Little fights with your wife. We are people. We are not programmed devices. On this farewell, I think what Chetan is writing has a fair amount of truth. I think so. We take life too seriously. And as a man who's now 57 years of age, I have come to regret a few things in life. This is something which I'd like to share. And I hope that in case you're wise enough to learn from another person's experience, then I think so you might have the advantage which I did not have, because I did not have a director in my school who told me that he had gone through a particular phase of his life. And everyone goes through it. Make no mistake about it, it's not Kulbhushan Kain. Don't think that because you're not Kulbhushan Kain, you won't experience it. But I think I have some regrets which you people must not have when you become grown up and when you become good, successful human beings. I must say I have achieved a fair amount of success if awards, money, recognition is concerned. But still, there are some things which I noted, which I would like to have done, which perhaps I could not do, and which you should be able to do in case you want to do. What is it that I wanted to do and which I could not do? Well, here it is. I have 5 things which I wanted to do and which I could not do. 1. I wish I didn't work so hard. I hadn't worked so hard. You know, for me, when I look at life, it's been hard work. I worked very hard in school. I used to go to study. I didn't do well in maths. My father put me on to tuitions. After school, I would stay back because I used to come from over 10 kilometers. I used to miss the school bus. So I would stay back after school. And then I would sit in school and take physics tuitions. After my physics tuitions were over, then I would go for my maths tuition to Mr. D'Souza's house. Physics was in school, but Mr. D'Souza used to take maths, which was about 2 kilometers from the school. So my father got me a cycle. So after my physics tuitions, I would go to Mr. D'Souza's place for maths tuitions. I would come back home, do my homework, then go out a little bit to study again, because I had to finish my homework, come back, take exams. Then I went to college, again the same thing started. Then I started working. I worked from morning till evening. I did a lot of hard work, and I did a lot of other work. I got involved in some projects. I worked very hard. Then I got into teaching. I got into running on building schools. And from morning till evening, I used to work and work and work. And then all of a sudden, I found that my son had grown up and he had in college. I wish I didn't work that hard. And maybe if I was more intelligent, I think I could have worked much less and probably achieved more success. You must try to make sure that you don't work so hard, that you don't share what is very important in life. You should be able to see the flowers in your garden in a spring morning. You should be able to see the snow in the mountain. During the winters, you have to take time to see the snow. Because remember, at a particular age, you can do it, not at every age. So I wish I didn't work so hard. I wish I had worked slightly less. Please make sure that you don't let life pass by you. I think so. That is very important. That is one regret. The second regret. I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. I didn't. Many times I did something which I thought was not right, but I couldn't express. I was working with powerful people. Sometimes they told me to do something wrong. I used to feel very uncomfortable. They would snowball me into everything. I wish I could do something. I wish I could express my feelings. I wish I could express my love. I wish I could express myself more freely than what I did. And remember, I'm a man who expresses quite a lot. But you must make sure that you're able to express. Nothing is going to happen. When finally I started expressing myself, I found that it's the easiest thing. Nobody is going to say anything to you. And that your value lies in your expression. So you must express yourself. Don't get worried about criticism. People will criticize. Today somebody wrote on a comment that I wrote on my Facebook that he said, "Sir, you're misleading the children." I do hell with you. I wrote something about politicians getting too old and that America, the speech of President Obama was brilliant, and I saw Beyond's great performance. So they say, why are you talking? Why are you so anti-India? Why are you so pro-America? So I told her, just shut up. What? You have no right to tell me anything. I will take advice from you when I want it. Express yourself. But make a difference. But when I was your age, it was slightly more than yours, and when I was in my prime age, probably if I had expressed myself, maybe I might have been the Prime Minister of India. Thank God I'm not. How to deal with these guys is something. So, the potential lies what you are, you must express, because you will only become what you are in case you don't express. You can't become what you want to become if you're Mr. Kain. So that's the second regret. The third regret, which again I think so you should be able to do. I wish I'd let myself be happier. I'll take back these unnecessary tensions. I started two schools. I started one in Bhopal. I started one in Jaipur. I had to come home. Admission नहीं होंगे तो क्या कहेंगे लोग? You try your best. Be happy. Go and enjoy a meal in a restaurant. Don't go and sit down in the restaurant and all the time looking at the BlackBerry and saying कि क्या है, कैसे है, क्या. No, So to be happy, it depends on you. Don't take tensions. Let the world do its own work. You do your own work. Give it your best shot. Nothing is going to happen. You are going to move on in life. Believe me, that is the important thing. Next. I wish I could do and dress the way I wanted to. I have, to some extent. And people accepted me after that. Every time I didn't comb my hair, people would comment. But still, I still feel like I don't mind having a ponytail, but I was picking up the courage to do it. I mean, next time you come, you might see a principal director with a white ponytail. So, you must dress the way, because dressing is also the way. Don't dress like Shah Rukh Khan. That suits him. What suits you will suit you. There's one last thing which I wanted to share, but I'll keep that to the end with the poem. But what I expect you to do also is to get into society and look at the problems that are there. Don't give up on a problem because it's too complex. The problem with unsuccessful people here is that in case there's a problem, they say, oh, ये तो कभी solve नहीं हो सकता है. No, you have to take on a major complex problem. You have to understand the problem. The problem will not remain complex if you have a solution to it. Look for the solution. There has to be a solution. There was malaria got eradicated. There was smallpox got eradicated. There was diabetes got eradicated. There is no problem which was not eradicated. But at a particular time when it was there, people will say, oh, इसका कोई इलाज नहीं है. Get into the problems. Get into looking out for cure for cancer. Look for cure for AIDS. Go and work and see how you can eradicate poverty. The problem is huge. But don't let the problem defeat your mission. Please don't. The bigger the problem, get into it head on. You have the energy. You have the background. You have the brand. You have education. You have technology. We could not get into the big problem. We didn't have technology. We used to listen to the radio. We used to have telephones which used to take 2 hours to connect. Now you've got laptops, you've got iPads, you've got cell phones. You can collect data. You can go on conference calling. You can get into the problem. You can look for a solution. Doesn't this appear very strange? That when an aircraft crashes, we try to make flying very safe. Aircraft में कितने लोग चले? 70, 80, 100, 200, 500? And what is that in the population of the world? When we can make flying safe for just a very small percentage of people, can't we make living safe for the millions who are deprived of even basic health care? And the problem for making flying safe is because we have got into the problem, we've got a solution, we know how to tackle it, and we make sure that we don't make the mistake. We must do the same with AIDS. Identify. Problem is AIDS. How to control it. That's the first part of the problem. Talk to people that how risk can be avoided. Secondly, make sure that you have vaccine. It takes 10 years. In the meantime, put them on to drugs. Go, identify, look for the problem. In 10 years' time, some of you will go into biotechnology, will go into genetic engineering, and will come up with the problem. And you must be the ones who should get the Nobel Prize. Why not? There are people who will get it. So look for the problem, identify it, cut through it, and don't give up. And this is my great hope from you people, and I'm sure you will be able to do it. At school level, we have solved so many problems. We have worked in schools which were full of problems. I don't want to name the schools in which there were so many problems, but we worked through it. Even in schools where even now we are trying to get into the problem, we will solve all the problems. There's no question about it. You must have that attitude. So I expect all of you to look for the larger things. Otherwise, making money is one hell of an easy game. It's not a big deal. The criminals have more money than the scientists. It's what gives you satisfaction. It's what contributes. And lastly, I would like you to keep in touch. This is my favorite thing. In every farewell, I say this. School children, when they leave school, must keep in touch with each other. Your life is very complex. You'll be chasing the big problems of life. At some time, you'll forget your school friends. You'll forget the school. You'll forget the teachers probably. I'm not too sure. I haven't. Some of you don't even know the name of the director of the school, so it's no big issue. You should forget somebody who doesn't know you so well. But the attempt should be to keep in touch. Because please remember that when you get into middle age, when you get slightly older, you will realize that the real friends are the ones who you had in school. And now you have the access to internet. Now you have the access to so much of technology. Now you cannot miss out on keeping in touch. Keep in touch with the school. Have a strong alumni. Come for the alumni meets. Form an alumni association. Bring your school. Educate them in school. Gift to the school. Become big chief executive officers. Become chairmen of Infosys and Microsoft, or start your own company as Telecom, which is the world's largest shareholding company. Open up a chair in the school. You can do so much. Keep in touch. Because you're going to miss these days. I'm telling you this. I still remember my school farewell when I was a schoolboy. That was in 1970. So you're going to miss school. In the end, I'd like to quote a small poem which I wrote in my blog. Bear with the pronunciation. I tried very hard to make sure that it should go. I hope I'm able to get the right words across. राह देखी थी इस दिन की कब से, राह देखी थी इस दिन की कब से, आगे के सपने सजा रखे थे ना जाने कब से। बड़े मुकाबले थे चढ़ने को, जिंदगी का अगला पड़ाव पाने को, पर ना जाने क्यों दिल में आज ख्याल आता है वक्त को रोकने का जी जाता है। जिन बातों को लेकर रोते थे, जिन बातों को लेकर रोते थे, आज उन बातों को लेकर हंसी आती है। ना जाने क्यों उन बातों की याद आती है। बहुत कुछ लिखना है अभी बाकी, बहुत कुछ लिखना है अभी बाकी, कुछ साथ चलना अभी शायद बाकी है। बस एक बात से डर लगता है, बस एक बात से डर लगता है, हम अजनबी ना बन जाए दोस्तों, जिंदगी का रंग फीका ना पड़ जाए दोस्तों। कहीं ऐसा ना हो, कहीं ऐसा ना हो दूसरों के रिश्ते की भीड़ में, कहीं ऐसा ना हो दूसरों के रिश्ते के भीड़ में दोस्ती कहीं दम ना तोड़ जाए दोस्तों। Life is a choice. Life is a choice. It is your life. Choose consciously. Choose wisely. Choose honestly. And please, please choose happiness. God bless you. Have a wonderful future. It's been a great privilege